Hello everybody, how you doing? This is the Starving Martian, and today we are concluding our look at Mars Attacks: The Revenge, the latest card series from Topps. And yeah, this card series just came out last year. This, of course, is part 3 of our look, and if you missed the first 2 parts, feel free to go back and look at those. Just click on my name, Starving Martian. You'll find a playlist for Mars Attacks trading cards. You'll find not only the rest of these, but every other card set since 1962. But getting back to the story of Mars Attacks: The Revenge. When we left off last time, scientists were hurrying to Area 51, good old Area 51. And the question was, what's there that they need to get to? Well, here's the answer: a Martian prisoner of war. Look at him sitting in the corner there. In case you're curious, according to the back of this card, Martians breathe a carbon dioxide and have a protein-rich diet. So, if you've ever been curious, there's a little bit about Martian physiology for you. Card 37, Probing the Mind. And those turnabout is fair play sort of things. Martians have been probing our minds and various other body orifices for years, so why not? Building the ray gun. So something they get from the mind probe helps them determine the sort of ray gun they have to build to strike back at new Mars, Mars 2. As I've said before in other card sets, the full story details are on the back of the cards. You can see there's a good chunk of text there, and it's worth reading, but it would take me hours to get through. And as I've also said before, I don't want to take away any profit from Topps. In fact, I'm hoping that by doing these videos, you'll be inspired to go and buy your own set. So I'm just showing you the great artwork, giving you a brief rundown of what's going on. But if you want the full story, you're going to have to purchase your own set. Firing the ray gun? Okay, sure. I'll accept it. That's the ray gun. Why not? The robot crumbles. Alright, so his ray gun is somehow cutting off communications for the Martians with their equipment, leading to the saucer's crash. And card 42, On the Run. Alright, so now we're about to get to a whole section of humans striking back. And this is something that's become more prevalent in later card series, is the earthlings getting one-ups on the Martians. So here's Overpowered and Outnumbered. Actually, I quite like this card. It's a nice Gulliver's Travel sort of feel to it, which I'm sure was intentional. But all those people that the Martians have been hitting with the shrink ray, at least the ones that escaped from the rats, they get their revenge here. I doubt they'll ever get any bigger than that, but at least they'll live out the rest of their small lives satisfied in knowing that they got their licks in. Speaking of long-awaited revenge, here's Cornered by Dogs. All those canines that Mars has been destroying throughout the years is finally catching up with them. Nature Strikes Back on card 45. You can see in the background that squid robot thing they were using to attack the Statue of Liberty. So apparently that's run out of juice, and now they have to swim for their lives. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Alright, so yeah, Split in Two. The Children's Revenge. Actually, this kind of reminds me of Stephen King's It. They're gonna have to come back as adults and kill this guy all over again. Targeting Mars 2. So wiping out Martians on Earth isn't enough. You have to target their home planet so they don't use it as a launching point yet again. Card 49, Mars 2, Powerless. And I love the attention to detail on these cards. They got the Martians dressed similar to what we see them in the closing cards of the original series. I do dig their little shoulders they got going there on their outfits. Card 50, Watch Them Burn. This guy seriously needs a new t-shirt. Card 51, Clearing Out the Neighborhood. And I think this Martian that they're tossing in the pile is still alive. Which makes you, kind of brings out the question of who's the real monster here. I understand the need to rid the Earth of the Martians, but that seems kind of violent. Especially because one of these guys seems to be a hippie. So much for that peace, love, and understanding, right? It all goes out the window when Mars attacks. Card 52, the Earth celebrates. At least this one small corner of the Earth celebrates. Card 50 number 3, sure. Martians flee Earth. So apparently they get some saucers that weren't completely destroyed, and they're out of here. And card 54, plotting the next attack. You thought it was over. It ain't over. I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time! I do quite like this card. And as I've said, this is the latest Mars Attacks card set, but this card promises, and I believe, that Mars will attack again. I don't know if it'll follow this storyline or not, but you can't keep these Martians down. Mars Attacks has been going on since 1962. Has had large gaps, large periods of time where there's been nothing new. From the 60s until the 80s, nothing. Then there's a little blurb in the 80s. We've seen the Pocket Comics came out of that. That was 4 issues. It was supposed to be 55, or 54 rather. That didn't come to pass. In the 90s, the Tops brought back Mars Attacks. We had comic books, we had new trading cards, we had the movie, we had trading cards off of that, and then those all kind of fizzled out and gone. And in the 2000s, we had more revivals of Mars Attacks. IDW put out comic books, which we will be looking at eventually. New card series, Invasion, Occupation, and The Revenge. There's been a whole slew of Mars Attacks merchandise coming out, figurines, board games, there's miniature games, there's card games, there's dice games. So even though this is the latest card series, and I don't believe any comic books are currently being published, do not count the Martians out. I believe they'll return. We're going to see some more Mars Attacks at some point, and I doubt we'll have to wait that long. So, guys, this has been the Starving Martian. Oh, hold on one second. I'd be remiss if I didn't show you card 55. Checklist! And a short synopsis of the story. Planning to enact revenge on the Earth, Mars 2 sends sleeper agents through space. Disguised as humans, the Martians infiltrate our society, allowing them to take over most of the Earth. In desperation, scientists visit one Martian prisoner of war from the First War. Probing his mind, the scientists are able to create a ray that renders the Martian technology powerless. The Martians then retreat to fight another day. Alright, so this has been Mars Attack tradition. Not every card set has this. The first one did. The one based off the movie did. This one does. Just a short synopsis of the story with a checklist on the back to make sure you got all your cards. So anyway, guys, this has been the Starving Martian. I have very much enjoyed showing off all of these Mars Attacks cards. There's some cards out there I haven't shown, mostly because I don't have them. Those would be the subsets, the convention exclusives, that sort of thing. As I get my greedy little mitts on them, I will be showing them off. So look forward to that. And I also have a trading card series we will be looking at before too long called Dinosaurs Attack. Um, More details as I bring that up. Dinosaurs Attack came out in the 80s from Topps and is pretty much a spiritual successor to Mars Attacks. Um, Same over-the-top violence, gore, humor, everything you want from Mars Attacks minus the Martians. So look forward to that. And I also have comic books, merchandise. So just because we're done with the cards doesn't mean that Mars has stopped attacking. So keep it tuned here, guys. We'll catch up with you next time. Until then, watch the skies.